Hey everybody, my name is Justin Jacques. I hope you're doing well today. And we are going to do a presentation on movement for wellness at home as part of the working from home during COVID-19 series. Again, my name is Justin Jacques and I am a professional counselor with the Office of Professional Mental Health. I've been a counselor for about 17 years now, and I work primarily with the medical students and the PA students here, and the PhD students, the master's students as well in public health. So I have a really big interest in working with allied health professionals. But additionally, I'm also somebody who's really passionate about health promotion. My undergraduate degree is in health promotion with an emphasis in wellness. So I thought giving this presentation today would be helpful, and hopefully you'll get something out of it. So I wanted to really think about this idea of movement from a creativity point of view. I think often we hear the idea exercise, and it's really kind of stigmatizing, especially if you're somebody who doesn't have a strong positive association with exercise. So I wanted to really talk about ways that you can burn calories, stay fit, stay healthy and well through this quarantine time through the idea of creativity of movement. So I'm going to start out with something you might not have expected: cleaning. Cleaning is a way that does a few things. First, cleaning can help you feel a sense of control during this time, and it's also a way that you can incorporate movement. I was on a really great training by a psychologist at USC last week who works with their medical students. And yeah, there's something about taking control of your environment when it feels out of control. So I also really enjoy talking to my medical students, and one of the best Instagram cleaning accounts for ideas is at Go Cleaning Go. So check that one out. Also, I was able to find this really cool link here: top 100 house cleaning blogs, websites, and influencers of 2020. So that would be another place that you can find creative ideas to keep your house clean, feel more organized. And once we sometimes organize our external world, our internal world feels better. Also, I've learned a lot about Pinterest, and they have all these really great boards on different topics. So I've included a link on Pinterest cleaning boards, so you can check those out as well. Yeah, so we started out with a kind of a surprising topic that's a way for you to be active in your own house, especially when we have to social distance from others. Another one that you may not have thought of is gardening. Yeah, it's a perfect activity to go outside, to be in nature, to be mindful. Sometimes just being present, not in the past and the future, can be helpful, and gardening is a great way to do this. Additionally, if you're social distancing with your family or a friend, a significant other, this is a great way to do something together to bond in nature. So something that's can bring people together, or if you're social distancing alone, a way for you to connect with just nature itself. So I put some top gardening websites here, and another link here to what are some of the really good health benefits from gardening as a family. And additionally, like I did before, I put some top Pinterest gardening boards. The weather is turning right now. It's beautiful outside. The frost danger is over, so there's really a great opportunity to try gardening for the first time, or if you're an avid gardener, to continue gardening. Additionally, a lot of concerns are about going to places like Home Depot, Lowe's, but yeah, they've been doing some really good work on making sure that people are wearing masks and are 6 feet apart. So there's not that much concern. My significant other and I have gone to the gardening center a couple of times, and we've hadn't had any issues. So don't feel like that has to be a barrier. All right, another idea for movement is dancing. Dancing allows your body to move, release stress, and ground yourself in your body. It's also really fun. It's really interesting that over time, as I've worked with the medical students and the PhD students and the master students and the PA students, that I find that more and more of them just dance by themselves. They dance like nobody's watching to their favorite music, and it can be really a great way to burn calories, stay fit, and just again, ground yourself in your body. Some additional ways that you can get dancing exercise is through using video games. My nephew and niece and my brother and sister-in-law, they all use these Wii dance games, and I get videos once in a while of them dancing together as a family, which is really fun. Also, there's really great time to learn a new dance. There's all these dance tutorials online, but additionally dance studios and pole classes, things like that, are putting out free content right now, live synchronistic contests. So if you have a favorite studio or want to try a new dance, maybe you and your partner really have enjoyed like ball dancing or salsa and you want to learn a new one, this would be a great time to do that. Additionally, there's all kinds of dancing related games like Twister, musical chairs, ways to include your significant other in your family. Yeah, another new rage or thing that's been spreading virally is these TikTok dance challenges. I consider TikTok to be kind of like the Twitter for video. They're short videos that you can create, and a lot of them have to do with people doing pranks, but also people learning dance moves as a family. This is an interesting time as a lot of people have come home from school, work, and are in their nuclear families for the first time in a long time. So this is a great way to create lasting memories from this time where you guys are having to stay together and connect, maybe connect a little too much. But this video that I'm going to show you really quickly is of a family that got over 15 million likes, and eventually it went viral and they were interviewed online. So it's really fun to maybe it took them about, I think, about 4 days of practice to get this, but I'll give you an example of what you and your family members can do. All right, yeah, that might be a little bit more advanced than most of us can do, but there's simpler ones to do and they can be fun and a great way, again, to incorporate movement, cardiovascular activity. And remember, movement is collective. You can not always have to get hardcore or cardiovascular, just burning calories through movement using large muscle groups can be helpful. All right, what about thinking about game night? This is a great way to not only socially connect, but also to incorporate movement. And games can be done over FaceTime, WhatsApp. It can be done over Zoom and other Adobe Connect, other platforms. Some fun games that often incorporate movement are charades, heads up, and Twister. I'd like to highlight heads up. It's one where you can use your phone or a tablet and people guess a word that's on your head and you go down if it is wrong, up is if it's right, but people get moving around, jumping, yelling, and it's a great way to laugh, connect, and to move and burn calories. So just wanted to check out. But yeah, there's plenty of games out there. I would recommend Facebook Marketplace right now. A lot of games are out at the stores because of COVID-19, but there's plenty of those that are being sold online so that you and your significant others or friends over the internet or your family can connect. All right, a lot of people don't talk about stretching. Stretching is actually an aerobic exercise and can increase your heart rate. And as we get older, we want to make sure for back health, for core health, that we're stretching just to continue to maintain mobility. There's just a significant difference if you maintain stretching and flexibility as you age, your quality of life. So yeah, I have here a stretching exercise guide link, stretching for beginners, some short 15-minute routines, and again, some Pinterest boards. Top boards that have images so that you can see how other people are stretching. If you're somebody that's ever had an athletic injury, you've learned some of this, and often when you're getting PT, they use a lot of stretching. So it can be really helpful. And so, yeah. And you can do this with somebody over Zoom or FaceTime, another way to connect with others. Walking. We really underestimate walking. Walking is a great way to get outside, reduce cabin fever, get sunlight, and move your body. And it really is one of the most underrated forms of exercise. It's one in where you can, reduce cardiovascular risk, reduce calories, improve mood, improves sleep. All of these things happen from walking. So I put this article in here. It's a really good one. And then this one, you can incorporate it multiple times a day. I think it's good. It's a unique opportunity when we have downtime between our core functional activities. We have a little extra time to go for a good walk. Yeah, so there's also an article I put in here, benefits of walking outside even during coronavirus. We just tend to have a desire to be outside. I think part of it is connecting with nature, but part of it's also that we get this cabin fever of being inside and kind of the monotony of having days seem very similar. So mixing up the times and durations and intensity of your walking can be a really positive for your mood and your overall wellness. And again, burning calories. Hiking. Yeah, hiking is another great way to, not only get exercise, but also to have a destination and go on an adventure. There's a number of really great hikes really close by. And this is a picture of myself and my significant other. This is a hike, I think it's called Hawks Overlook or something like that. And it's really close by, right across the river. And there's others. But I put in here some essential hiking tips for beginners. And then this really cool link will guide you to trails nearby. And again, the Appalachian Trail goes right through our area. And there's numbers of meetup groups that go on weekly hikes. And I think you can still be safe. As you can see, I was wearing a mask. They're becoming more popular, but I think that if you're safe, you're washing your hands, you're wearing your mask, you're keeping 6 feet distance, there's an unlikely risk that you would contract COVID-19. So yeah, and it's also a good way to connect with another person, have a conversation, and incorporate movement. Let's talk about step aerobics. This is maybe something you think about from 20, 30, 40 years ago, jazzercise, things like that, but it's kind of become hip and cool again. There's really a dance hip hop component to a lot of these new courses, and there's a lot of free ones right now. And there's people that are kind of big in the space that are influencers that you can take their class on a regular basis. And so I put a link to an article here, Step Like a Pro. And these steps are relatively inexpensive. My significant other and I picked up a couple of them from Walmart. They weren't expensive, and there's something I do almost every day. And there's something you can do between, again, core activities. If you need a break, a 15-minute break, you can always do 10 to 15 minutes of step. But I thought I would just give you an example of what step aerobics looks like currently. So I am not this coordinated, but it gives you an example of how it can incorporate movement, dance, fun into something that used to be considered pretty mainstream, I think. So check it out, see if it's something that you might want to incorporate into what you're doing. All right, let's talk about yoga. This is the idea of flexibility and movement, and there's also a workout version called Pilates. These, again, are easily accessible online. There's a lot of yoga studios and Pilates studios giving out free workouts. So it's something that if you wanted to consider, this would be a great time now. And also, there's lots of easy links to yoga workouts that are also just like YouTube videos in case they don't fit your schedule. A lot of my medical students, PA students, graduate students, and master students often will do this with a friend. It's a way to kind of connect. They'll use either FaceTime, Zoom, something like that, and do them together. One of the two will play them, the other, and then both of them will do it together. And all you really need is a yoga pad, or you probably don't even need that. You could just use a towel. And again, it's aerobic, it's anaerobic, it increases your heart rate, your flexibility, all of those things. Additionally, yoga studios sometimes can be challenging to go to because you don't want to look like a fool. Maybe you have imposter syndrome. I think one of the challenges is that usually with yoga workouts, the room keeps turning, and at some point you'll be in the front of the room, and that can be challenging. So this is a great way to kind of learn and polish up your skills before you actually go back into a studio if you're looking for more of a social component. All right, reorganizing. So this has become a new kind of craze in America. There's a really famous Asian woman who has a style of reorganizing that's become very popular. I can't remember the actual name of it, but this is another one of those things that when you organize your life, it helps you feel internally. Your emotions sometimes can also reflect, you know, your household. So if you're more organized, you're doing something, it can feel really coping. It can help organize your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings. Additionally, it's active, you're moving in a lot of ways, and it puts you in the present moment. Again, it keeps you out of the past and the future, which can be really helpful for happiness. So I put some links in here, 10 ways to organize your house from the dollar store, how to organize your house in 4 steps, and 50 ideas to organize your home. So these can be, and also it's like the spring, right? Often we do spring cleaning. Again, because we're not commuting to and from work, if you're not an essential employee, it might be that you have an extra 10 minutes, an hour a day. And this could be a way to get rid of some stuff, some clutter, sell them on Facebook Marketplace, and feel more internally within your environment organized. That might help have a sense of control and feel better about being kind of confined because of COVID-19. So give this a try. And also you're moving around, you're doing things, you're being active, and that can be helpful. All right, so here's do-it-yourself home gyms. You know, if you're somebody that's a gym goer, you like being in a gym, you can create your own workouts at home. And some things to think about. Yeah, there's ways to do whole workouts without any equipment. And I put in a link to home body workouts, how to make your home gym out of things that you have at home. There's another link here. Also, what is fully functional fitness? There's a whole movement on workouts that are often, CrossFit gyms will publish whole workouts each day that you can do to stay fit. That feels like you're going to the gym. And there's also probably CrossFit gyms and other gyms like that. For instance, my kickboxing gym is posting daily workouts, or they're doing synchronistic or live workouts that you can participate in. So yeah, get creative, find household items that you can use to create a great workout. Either weight bearing or non-weight bearing can be helpful. And finally, you can always do something like this. This is my friend Nathan. He's an attorney in DC. We're both from the state of Iowa. And he posted this video, and I thought it was really an interesting thing. So you can see he did, he's doing some core stuff. He did some curls. He's doing some caterpillars. He's doing some squats. He's doing some burpees, and now he's doing some shoulders, some abs. He did that all in probably a very short amount of time, but this is an example of a way that you can create a home gym even when you're social distancing. So be creative, make it a fun thing, share it with others, those sorts of things. Also, desk workouts. I think this is a really unique opportunity. We know that a lot of people are on Zoom meetings for hours at a time. You can always just stand up and do your squats. Any jumping exercise has been shown to be really good for your heart. Jumping jacks, jumping squats, you know, just jumping towards the ceiling. All those things can be great ways to use large muscle groups to burn calories and be creative during movements. Additionally, we know that a lot of people are doing big amounts of binging right now of movies and TV shows. So that's another great one where you can just stand up during the show while you're watching, do some squats. Maybe you create a challenge where you see if you can do it for 20 to 30 minutes, or see if you can do a number of sets, and just continue to challenge yourself and see if you can use this time during COVID to incorporate movement into your life on a more regular basis and really improve your cardiovascular, your strength, your aerobic, overall fitness. So it might be a great opportunity. And if all fails out, you can always just do the classic exercise. There's been a lot of stuff out there that running is good. It's good for mood. It's good for overall health and wellness. And there's very little risk that you can contract COVID-19. I've seen some really good data suggesting that even if you get within 6 feet of somebody, it's pretty unlikely by just running by them, you will contract the virus. And here's some classes that are fitness related that I might have mentioned earlier. Orange Theory Fitness, Planet Fitness. There's all kinds of free exercise classes. And we really want to get that 20 to 30 minutes in 3 times a week. in your training heart rate zone, ideally, which is 220 minus your age times 0.6 or 0.8, which is 60 to 80% of your maximum heart rate. And this will all forever be ingrained in my brain as I was a health promotion major. So yeah, if we, again, exercise is cumulative, but for optimal cardiovascular health, you want this. This is from the American College of Sports Medicine. Yeah, and finally, just thank you for attending. If you want the slides, you can always email us here at the Office of Professional Mental Health. And also just check out our website. We have additional login information. You can always go to that website for additional COVID resources. And we're hoping to continue with the series and add more as well. So if you want to contact me personally, my email is jacques@pennstatehealth.psu.edu. So thanks so much for attending. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening.